Thank you for joining us on this week's edition of the Desopadec Weekly. It is a public enlightenment program as well as an award-winning program where we bring to your doorsteps every fortnightly all the happenings at the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission. This is an interesting showcase. An engaging encounter with the chairman of the Desopadec board. He will be speaking on key accomplishments and contributions of the commission in transformation of the Delta State oil producing communities. Joy Ucheyi is smiling. Welcome on board.
The road now normally a lot benefit and I will benefit from the road now as before, because normally with a turn around and that road along from this one now, as they don't do this short road now, this one come pass out here now. It would they pass out because it don't be close range to we now. If they do finish now, cafe they come close and turn around now from this new road now. What did they do? I hate the Desopadec because good things do not come easily, but as this good one they come now, many good things go like enter the streets and it go dey very nice able for people to appreciate whether they do good thing like this.
The Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission, the Desopadec, stands as a guiding light of progress, committed to the transformation of lives overshadowed by the impacts of oil exploitation and exploration in the Niger Delta. For decades, the people of the oil-bearing communities had faced countless challenges, from environmental degradation to lack of basic amenities. Yet, amidst these trials, the Desopadec emerged as a vital interventionist agency with a vision to bring sustainable circle and smiles to the people. Through her initiatives, the people living in the different oil-bearing communities that spread across the 6 ethnic nationalities have seen improvement in healthcare, education, economy, infrastructure, and human capital development. The Desopadec has reaffirmed its commitment to the development of the communities under the watch of the current board chairman, Olorogun John Nani, and the managing director, Chief Executive Officer, Chief Festus Ochonogo. In a robust media chat between the Desopadec Weekly TV crew and the chairman of the Desopadec, Olorogun John Nani, he noted the passion of the board to sustain the developmental programs meant for uplifting the people. According to him, his wealth of experience as the immediate past executive director, finance and administration of the Desopadec, and a lawyer conversant with the acts that established the commission, would help to ensure quality leadership driven by success.
Well, the position I was holding before, the Executive Director of Finance and Administration, is more or less the secretary of the board, because he sees everything. When it comes to administration, everything comes through his table. If it comes to finance, everything passes through his table. When I was Executive Director of Finance and Administration, for all the workers, their files pass through me yearly. When it comes to finance, any approval given to me from the ND, I need to see whether it is within the confine of the budget of the commission. So I have gone through all the facets of the board. Therefore, with the experience I've gotten within the years, I can give a policy advice to the management team. When we are in a board meeting, I can recall back to say, when we were in the board before, this is the position. Now, me being a lawyer, I also read through the enabling law that is setting up the board. because for any organization, there must be an enabling law through which is the ground norm, through which they can perform. And I went through those laws. So if we are going to give my advice, I will give my advice based on this experience and the legal framework that set up the commission.
In the realm of effective leadership in the Desopadec, the paradigm has shifted from authoritative directives to inclusive consultation. Leadership by consultation stands as a beacon of empowerment, fostering an environment where every voice is valued and decisions are made collectively. Consultation-based leadership strengthens relationships with external stakeholders. This not only builds trust, but also fosters a sense of partnership, leading to stronger, more sustainable relationships. This is the approach championed by the Desopadec board, led by Honorable John Nani, and it has demonstrated a positive impact on the Commission's policies and programs.
My leadership style is that of consultation. Apart from we sitting in the board room, we talk to ourselves and see to it whether or not this direction is the right way to go. Even if anybody is doing anything wrong, I call them to say, this is supposed to be the position. I will not wait for us to get the board first. If there is anything that is from the outside, because we are only here as the trustee of the dividends of the oil producing community. So if there is an agitation, I can always call without the board, call some board members, we brainstorm on how to approach such issues. So my style of leadership is that we carry everybody along in the management and governance of the Desopadec, because it's the policy so made by the board that the management team implements.
To enhance inclusive budget formulation and implementation across all levels, the board took a decisive action during one of its meetings. They mandated the various ethnic representatives on the governing board of the Commission to engage with their constituents, gather their needs, and ensure these are reflected in the budget. Elaborating on this initiative during the conversation, Honorable John Nani emphasized the board's unwavering commitment to involving all stakeholders from the different oil-bearing communities in the Commission's activities.
Well, the board is made up of different representatives. This representative, we have asked them to go back and meet them. They should set up a committee within the community, that's the oil-bearing communities, who will now advise them. It is their advice that they will now bring to us in the board. We hear from them. The position of the representative is for you to bring the idea of your people to the board. So we ask them to do that. They come back, they fed us back. What we're going to do now is to, have a town hall meeting for all the brought from the ethnic nationality to us as a representative. We are going to have a town hall meeting where we will discuss with the ethnic nationality. Therefore, if they come, they will now face one-on-one with their representative, whether what they reported is exactly what was agreed. When we do that, we will hear definitely from them. It is from what they tell us that we are not going to act. We need to put these things in the budget, because for anything to be done, it must be budgeted for by the ASWA Assembly. It must pass through the ASWA Assembly. So if we get this budget to be implemented, it must hinge on those things that we have discussed with the communities.
On Human Capital Development Program of the Board, the Commission has introduced a new policy aimed at empowering skilled entrepreneurs who lack the necessary starter packs and initial grants to commence their entrepreneurial endeavors. Additionally, they are focusing on identifying and nurturing aspiring entrepreneurs at the Desopadec Skills Academy before providing them with empowerment opportunities. Contracts will only be awarded to capable contracting firms to ensure competent and timely completion of projects.
You cannot be developing infrastructure without you thinking of the human capital development. You see, we have these Desopadec Academy. The Desopadec Academy is to develop the individuals within the community. And we have thought of it again, especially where you train some persons, you give them the starter pack, immediately they sell off. What about those who have agreed that yes, we can learn on our own? They become artisans for themselves. What do we do to them? So the next batch, we are not thinking of also bringing those persons who are already trained. They've trained themselves, they're already artisans, but they lack the finance to get their wares for them to start their profession. So we are going to do it in a way that those persons who have already learned, they've started, those who are coming now will not learn from them. They want to be like them, owning a workshop, only where they can practice what they learned in the Desopadec Academy. So that's an innovation and a positive alteration to what was being done before. On infrastructure, like I told you, we've already asked the representative. They've gone out. They've given us a lot of projects that their people are demanding. Those projects goes into the budget. We will now award these projects to contractors whom we are sure are prepared to deliver. Not people who wants to be contractors. They come in the main of say, okay, I'm a contractor, give me a job as empowerment. You give them a job of 50 million. They think of how somebody will buy it from them. It's not their business whether the job is well implemented. That's not. We will give a job to those persons who have the capacity to implement the jobs.
Desopadec invests significant resources in infrastructure, healthcare, education, and other critical sectors through projects awarded to contractors. Adequate project management is critical for overseeing the execution of projects. Regular inspections and progress reports enables early detection of problems, allowing for timely intervention to prevent delays and cost overruns.
The management is in charge of the day-to-day implementation of policies being made by the board. But we are going to be sure that financial reporting is given to the board. And apart from that one, we have a verification team. The MD and the chairman as a verification team. So it's not enough for the office of the ED project or the PROS to satisfy that the job is done. The chairman and the MD will go independently to check whether this job is done to specification or not. Your certificate will be issued by them. You won't know when the team from the chairman or the team from the MD will go to verify to see whether that job is done to specification as it were in the certificate so raised. With that, I think monies will not be paid out without proper verification. And we also make sure that value is given for any finance that is being spent. It is not, just to say because there is a demand for this particular amount of money, they want to do this party, then you approve money for the party. When you know the party itself is not going to add to the value of the people. The people owns the money, and the name Desopadec is development. If it's not going to state, it's not going to it's not going to be overt that there's development in releasing that money, it will not be released.
In today's interconnected global landscape, government agencies face complex challenges in financing their budgets. One effective strategy gaining traction is partnering and collaborating with multinational corporations and non-governmental organizations to source funds. Desopadec, as an interventionist agency, falls within this range. Relying solely on domestic sources for budget financing can be risky, particularly in times of economic uncertainty. Collaborating with multinational corporations allows government agencies to diversify their funding sources, reducing dependence on any single revenue stream and enhancing financial resilience.
Within the law, we are supposed to collaborate with other oil companies. It all depends. You see the economic situation today now. If other oil companies, like we approach them, they are prepared to also give in social corporate responsibilities to see that, yes, the oil producing communities are developed. We'll definitely do. We'll write it out to them for them to have a collaboration with the commission to see that they better the community from which they are doing their exploitation and exploration. So we'll definitely do that. Apart from that, we also work with international body. You see that we travel to COP28. It is for us to fetch international bodies that can do one or two things for the oil producing communities. As the oil exploration affects the people by way of climate change. You can see environmental degradation in the area of oil production. So we are also telling them, what is the reparation? What are you going to do for the people? These are the people that produce the oil. Your action over there is affecting the people. So you must do something critically to see that the suffering of the people is ameliorated.
Prioritizing employee well-being is paramount for fostering a positive work environment and driving productivity. Key aspects that significantly contribute to this are early salary payments, welfare packages, and providing adequate facilities for staff to work. This includes comfortable workspaces, modern technology and equipment, clean and safe environment, and access to amenities such as break areas, restrooms, and recreational facilities. Investing in these facilities demonstrates a commitment to employee health, safety, and satisfaction, contributing to overall job satisfaction and performance.
Well, of course, it's clear that the salary of staffs are being paid regularly and they get their salary before the end of the month. That is a good innovation, I think, because we don't wait for the allocation before their salary is being paid. Inside of accommodation, we just purchased the office in Uwe from the landlord so that at least they will have peace. So it's just been paid for is by this board. We paid promptly, immediately the festive period was finished. Everybody got their leave allowance. So it was paid to them. It never passed January. It was the first thing they got when they resumed. These are measures put in place for staff.
Honorable John Nani, during the chats, also emphasized the board's resolve to resisting all forms of illegal practices in managing the affairs of the Commission. He reiterated readiness to introduce additional staff welfare packages as the dialogue between the board and staff union progresses towards successful resolution.
And the demand of 13th month, which I know full well is not tenable legally. If you talk about extra welfare, it will be given to you. One cannot be satisfying the staff by way of illegality. So we are on it. They are in court. We have told them that they should withdraw the matter from court, which they've acted to. They're withdrawing the matter from court now, and we are also prepared to come to the round table, to come to a compromise and say, this is what you are demanding. This is not how you need to demand it. Because the relationship between the employee and the employer needs a cordial relationship and an harmony, a symbiotic coming together to say, okay, you will increase your services and we will increase your welfare.
In his concluding words during the chats with the Desopadec Weekly TV crew, the chairman assured the people of oil-producing communities to expect more from the current board of the Commission, in line with the agenda of the Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oboriwori.
We have been suffering from step down in this community for many long time ago. So even before now, we are suffering so much concerning light. No light, nothing. We managed to get light from the Okpara houses because there's, there's a step down there. So we cry out to our own so that we can benefit from this light. When they bring this step down to come, and we are very, very happy in the system. We are happy and we thank the board, the Desopadec board. So for now, we are really happy that we have our own step down now. Everybody will rejoice because when you will see petty trader, weather, association, different things, it's all this why where there's no light and everybody are suffering. Like people that sell provision, people are selling mineral, people are selling pure water. So I think their market will be booming. So we have a lot of benefits as far as this step down is concerned.
Desopadec is indeed set for the desired progress with the leadership focus of the board, dedication of staff, and the cooperation of the oil-producing communities. Thank you so much for watching this edition of the Desopadec Weekly. If you did enjoy it, join us again in a fortnight when we return with more. But until then, you continue to follow us on our social media handles as on your television screen for questions, contributions, and suggestions. And how together we will continue to bring more to Deltas with His Excellency, the Governor of Delta States. On behalf of the entire crew here, Joy Ochei is my name, and we will see you in a fortnight.